Hello all. So today I'm going to talk about an author that I've read one book and I purchased like 30 of them afterwards, and I've been slowly reading them in one go. Like every month, every 2 or 3 months, I read one book. I've already read. Let me just check. This is the 10th book I've read, and I've got 32. He has plus 18, which I didn't bought so far. He writes horror stuff. Usually his novels are around 200-250 pages at most, and I've been slowly reading them. And so far the experience has been very good. I've gave ratings, the lowest I gave was 69, then 79, 74, 75, 72, 86, 96 and 99. Two of those are amazing, and one of them is probably one of my favorite horror writers that books that I read. It's called The Sympathy for the Widow. Then I also enjoy a lot The Abuse of Ashley Collins. Now this is City of Hunger, which I gave 85 out of 100. Basically, it's a story about two characters who are slowly they are driving to Washington State. Unfortunately, well, unfortunately, the main guy wants to go in the scenic route because he doesn't want to arrive so fast at Washington State because he has to deal with her parents. So they go to the scenic route through a town which has been abandoned, and even if they are warned, okay, don't go there, they go, as most horror books happen. And he goes there. Montana, it's the state, and they found out that the city is deserted. There have been hints of violence and so on, and after a while they are attacked by a pack of cannibals, inbred cannibals, and she is captured and he is saved by a group of people that they are hidden in a house. They are surrounded, but they are hidden. And so the story progresses for a couple of chapters, back and forth through the eyes of him. So, first of all, I'm not going to spoil much, but I'm going to say two things, or three. One is, if you are a woman and you don't like stuff that may happen to women, well, and to you as well, but more to women, yeah, that kind of sexual violence, don't read this at all. There are some graphic scenes here. And then there are sexual mutilations, there are very gruesome scenes, and even John Hatham in the end, because he really writes, in the end he writes a bit of the how he came up to the novel and so on, and he asks for people to make a review and so on. So basically this is an alright, and this is probably one of my most violent books ever. And it's true. The first half it's okay, some violence, some stuff, normal splatterpunk stuff, but then the second part is all over the place. It's horrible, and even myself, as a reader of horror, which I enjoy a lot, and I enjoy splatterpunk, I found out that there's some scenes that were very brutal. I did enjoy the book, okay? I gave it 85. But sometimes you have to read this stuff to and even enjoy it. So, and even my genitals they escaped for a moment. I didn't even see the balls. They escape, and after reading the finish, they say, okay, it's safe to go out again, because it's very brutal. It's a very I will say that this is probably one of the most brutal books I have read. Some depictions, not the most, but some of the most. I still have to read Jack Ketchup, and he even writes here that he took some information from Jack Ketchup, not information, some hints, some guidance, not guidance, but yeah, guidance in terms of the way he writes. So this is a very violent book, splatterpunk in the best. It's very fast. You can read this in one day. I read this in 2 or 3 sittings because John Hutton has that capability of writing these books and writing fast-paced thrillers, but thrillers nevertheless. And the writing is very accessible, even to a non-English person like myself. This book skips through. It's very, very, very good. So I gave it an 85 out of 100. I would advise it if you want to start reading a book by him. I would advise anyone to start with The Abuse of Ashley Collins if you want more violent stuff. If you want some dark, more psychological stuff, you go to Sympathy for the Widow. But overall, you can't miss this. So it's very good. I will keep reading John Hutton, probably buy the remaining books in the coming months, years, who knows, because I've got 30 books, I've read 10, so my goal is to read at least mark 10 or something like that and then buy more. He writes fast, he writes, most of these books he writes 2, 3, 4 novels per year, more sometimes. Probably he has some in the back, in the drawer, and he released most of them in that period of time, 2016 to 2021, and now he's slowly writing and publishing. Probably previously he published all. For example, in 2020 he published, I believe it was like 12 books. So probably is the way I'm saying that he wrote, then he started publishing, and then he went on. So yeah, that's it from me. I really appreciate you being here. If you have any information, any doubts, any questions, please advise me. Thank you.